If you haven't seen the finale yet, skip ahead or come back later. I'm diving deep into what made this final episode emotionally brutal, reflective, and unforgettable. So this is your spoiler warning for Kowloon Generic Romance final episode. What really hit me about this final episode was the idea that the city itself only appears to those who carry regret. And it made me think, what regret was each character carrying? Even some of the background characters, not the main prominent characters, that allowed them to see this city in the first place. For Yao Mei, Reikapon's friend that she made, the regret she saw and she had, I believe, was running from the expectation of becoming an identical actress like her mother. It's not that she hated acting, it's that she had to have and had to be and was expected to be identically as talented and exactly like her mother. And she's not an original in this city. So this allowed her to see the city. The regret of running away because she didn't want to be an identical copy and not standing up for herself in the first place. Later on in the season, we found out that the pharmaceutical company wasn't just running inside. Good say it, one second. Pharmaceutical. It was an actual place. Hibinuma Pharmaceutical wasn't just running and an experiment. Later in the season, we find out, it turns out, Kuro-san was actually the one in control of this loop in this city. He was trapped inside a loop of his own memory, chasing a ghost of someone he never truly knew. The reason why the summers kept repeating was the fact that he was trying to recreate from memory this perfect summer, the time before he proposed to the original Reikopon. But because he didn't truly understand the original, this is why the clone turned out to be different. And each time it came to the end of that summer, and the clone ended up copying the original's decision to end their own life, was the reason why he recreated the memory from scratch. He would demolish the city and create another Kowloon's walled city. It's interesting, each Kujurai clone was different, not because they were flawed recreations, because they looked exactly like the original, down to the mole on her cheek, but because he didn't really know the original. And that's the haunting part. He proposed to the original within 6 months of getting to know her, and he didn't really know her personality enough for him to be able to recreate using this experimental city from his memory. There's something really human about holding on to a version of the past so tightly that you lose sight of the present. Kuro-san was so desperate in recreating this perfect summer for Reikopon so that he could find out what would happen the night he proposed. What would happen if the original and the clones didn't off themselves the night of the proposal? He wanted to know if he recreated this perfect summer for the original and his memory of the original to her liking, what would they do? What would she respond with afterwards? I had something similar. In the past, I held on to this perfect memory of my first secondary school and my first group of friends. Eventually, I had to move to a different secondary school, but I had this perfect memory of the first group of friends in my first secondary school, and I didn't want to leave that secondary school. Now, this memories of the perfect time that I had in my first secondary school, having fun, messing around, playing tag, drama classes, music classes, football, conversations, gossip, was amazing. Made me enjoy going to school. But then an opportunity arose, and it was actually better to go to this other school, this other secondary school, because it was a Universal Technical College. It's a world-class school at the time. So much for it. But I was so upset that I had to move schools that I didn't really give the new school a chance. But now looking back on it, I actually enjoyed the new group of friends a bit more than the original group of friends from that first school. To some extent. That's why this quote from the finale episode stuck with me. The only one who can save you is you. And honestly, it's true. Regret doesn't undo itself. I was stopping myself from changing because I was upset from moving school to enjoy that new school. Have you guys ever had or regretted something so deeply it stuck with you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know this is a complete left turn from Kowloon, but I'm really excited for the new Rent-A-Girlfriend season. And I noticed something interesting as someone learning video editing. From my course, I picked up in the episode in the first episode, how they use sounds and sound effects to exaggerate points and things being said on screen. There was this clever shot where they show Google Maps style overhead view to show how close Kazuya's house was to the public bath for his date with Ruka-chan. It's simple, but visually smart. The simple cut, leaving the voice going on as like the A roll, but having this visualization of the distance to fully emphasize what he's talking about and how close this public bath place is to his house. Even though Ruka is his actual girlfriend, it's so clear that this man is head over heels for Chizuru. And he's starting to eat at him. He's realizing he can't keep abusing Ruka-chan's kindness and understanding. It's not fair to her. He's realized him secretly meeting up with Chizuru. They're lying. And all Ruka does is kind of forgives him. She understands the situation between him and Chizuru as well as their grandparents. She understands it's not a real relationship, rent-a-girlfriend, but this kindness is being abused. And it's kind of eating at him that he's using this and abusing Ruka's kindness to continue this phony relationship. And it's not fair to her. The drama is still silly on the surface, but the emotional build-up this time feels earned. Actually feels earned. And maybe because it's maybe it's because I'm seeing it differently as I study storytelling now. But yeah, if you've ever held on to a memory or struggled to say the truth, you're not alone. Drop a comment if you're related to anything in today's episode. Don't forget to like, sub, and share. If you're enjoying this journey, it really helps more than you know. And remember, no one else can save you but you. See you in the next episode. Ciao.